massive weekend here at Carco Raceway for round 4, proudly sponsored and lubricated by Valvoline. I'm joined by Kyle McPherson. Kyle, thanks very much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
When did you get involved with motorsport? What was the motivation for it?
Yeah, look, grew up around a dad that was a bit of a rev head, always encouraging that sort of thing. You know, you've got to have a safe car, but, you know, kind of encourages you indirectly to go fast. Didn't do too much of it as a kid, unfortunately. Was trying to go down the aircraft path instead, but once I became an adult and had a bit more money, started, you know, doing a bit of time attack over east in a 180 SX.
So you're not from here, you weren't born here?
I was born here, but I've been over east with the Navy for nearly 12 years. Come back over here and, went back from go-karts over east as well. And bought this car and moved into production cars and absolutely loving it so far.
So you obviously made some big changes because you were formerly involved with the Rise Racing.
Yep.
But now you own your own car. And why have you chosen the Renault as a vehicle of choice?
Look, the Renault's, I think, for an out-of-the-box race car, like they've got a very good, strong history. Internationally as well, like there are a lot of good rally prowess.
I've seen that.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, like, from the national perspective as well, the Osbornes were quite successful with the Meganes in the national production series for a number of years. And I'm a bit of a Nissan guy as well, and Nissan and Renault had a good affiliation with each other. So my car actually has a Nissan engine in it, but with the Renault chassis. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're obviously, as you said, you've got an aircraft background.
Yep.
And that's the sort of work that you normally do. But do you take that sort of training that you've gained from the Navy and so forth to working on your car yourself?
Yeah, I think it's a good... Everything that we do in the aircraft world is very strict. It's all very much by procedure, lots of scrutiny and levels of safety protection. And I think it's good. It comes into motorsport to have a good attitude, look in the right places, having the correct torque principles, lubricating stuff correctly. Just a real good attitude, like towards your mechanics.
But those sort of features, though, will obviously make it safer for you to race.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's at the end of the day, like it's still simple mechanics. Like, it's nuts, bolts, it's washers, it's O-rings, that sort of thing as well.
Yeah, but if you're racing, you want to be safe, obviously.
Exactly, and that's the biggest thing you do is you're making sure the wheels are on tight, you're making sure the suspension's tight, you're making sure your seatbelts are good, you're making sure your seat's good. You don't cut corners, and one of the biggest things that we do as well is a lot of the guys, when you get to a higher level, is you have a check sheet for the car. So as you do things on the car, you'll tick it off so you know that you've done it.
Now, the production car category is very competitive.
Yep.
Are you happy with your efforts this season so far and the way the cars are responding?
Look, honestly, the first 2 rounds were a bit of a struggle. The car itself, the chassis, was new to 3E this year. Previously, it was a Targa Tasmania, Targa Highlands and Targa West car, which has been converted to 3E now, which had to change a couple of things on it to meet the regulations. We did have issues with limp mode based on the tune and a couple other issues in it, but this weekend, finally, we got 100% throttle, 100% power. Other than the tyres, which are being a bit greasy, it's good. We're in the fight. Last race, only P10, but I mean, it's better than last. Better than just going circulating laps.
So when you actually get a new car, how long do you think it honestly takes before you get really in the groove with what the vehicle's offering you as a driver and what you want to achieve on the track?
I think the biggest thing is confidence in yourself as well. The car will give you quite a lot of good feedback anyway.
But is that way technology's gone now with vehicles, or the way you set it up?
I think it's both. Like, particularly with these cars, like the Renaults themselves, these are like, mine's probably just transitioning into the new digital era with a lot of fly-by-wire and that sort of thing. But there's still a lot of analog parts in it, so you still get good feedback through the pedal box, still get good feedback through the suspension, so you can feel when things are wrong.
A feel of it, yeah.
It's the feel of it. I think you call it the butt dyno is a good way to look at it. You get that good feeling through your thing. You know when understeer's happening or oversteer's happening. Probably today is the first race that I've actually felt really, really comfortable in the car, and I'm happy to push with it. And as I said, other than the tyres, we're driving to what we've got.
Well done. Now, Kyle, I know that you do a fair bit of work on your car yourself, but every guy on the track, or every person on the track, I should say, they really need a good team to support them as well, don't they?
Yep.
Give them a bit of a shout out. Give them a bit of credit.
As much as I do some of the stuff by myself, look, I'm extremely grateful that I do have a bit of a technical alliance with Melville Renault, who are on the side of the car. As well as that, I've got a very supporting partner with Phoebe. She's out there helping me as well yesterday.
And she's got an interest in actually racing eventually herself.
Yeah, exactly. I'm definitely going to get her into the introductory events. And then Brent Brent as well, Brent Peters, Lux Performance, and Damien Croxon from from DC Auto. Fantastic guys. And I said, like, we're building a good category and we hope to see it grow more.
Mate, I wish you the very best. I hope you have a great weekend of racing this weekend and more importantly, for the rest of the year as well.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. To find out more, get on to the West Australian Sporting Car Club YouTube channel and we'll see you at the racetrack really soon.